Hello, my name is Dr. Yaya Sisoko. Today we're going to talk about Chapter 18, Equilibrium in Land and Capital Markets. So what is the capital? The capital is the equipment and structure used to produce a good or and services. One example of capital would be machinery that businesses use to produce the good or services. So, how about the equilibrium? And so, at the equilibrium, the purchase price is the price a person pay to own the factor or production indefinitely. So, the rental price on the other end is the price a person pay to use that factor for limited, so period of time. So the wage is the rental price of labor. It's a wage, it's a salary paid to the worker. So similarly, the rental price of land and capital is determined by supply and demand. So in the market for land and capital. So the demand is the derived demand curve and it reflects marginal product of labor. So each factor rental price equal to the value of marginal product of the factor. Figure number 7 displays the market for land and capital. Panel A talk about the market for land, which determine the compensation for pay to the owner of land. So you can see that the supply curve and the demand curve for land cross at this the equilibrium point where you can find the equilibrium rental price of land and the equilibrium quantity of land. So on the other end, panel B, show display the compensation pay to the owner of capital. So the supply of capital and the demand for capital cross at this point, the equilibrium point, where you can find the equilibrium rental price of capital and the equilibrium quantity of capital. So the demand for the demand for each factor in turn depend on the value of the marginal product of that factor. So at the equilibrium, the purchase price depend on the current value of the marginal product. So which is also it also depend on the value of the marginal product expected to prevail in the future. So how about the language among the factor of production? The languages among the factor of production are determined by the price paid to any factor of production. So it's also equal to the value of the marginal product of that factor. So it's a marginal product of any factor depend on the quantity of that factor that is available. So also land and capital will exhibit diminishing marginal product. So in the case of labor, if the market is abundant in supply, so this will lead to low marginal product and low price. So diminishing marginal product means that the factor in scale supply will have a high marginal product and will have also high price. The change in supply of a factor will lead to change in equilibrium factor, price, and then also will lead change in earning of the other factors. So one application of the factor in scale supply is so the economy of the Black Death. So in the 14th century in Europe, the Black Death, which is the bubonic plague, wiped off one third of the population within few years. A grisly natural experience to test the theory of factor market. So you can see that thing, so because of the black death, a lot of people, one third of the population die in this photo. You can see that worker who survive the plague were lucky in more way than one. So what was the effect of the Black Death on survival? So it reduces the population. So you have a smaller supply of worker, with scarcity of worker. So so labor supply then also decreases and shift to the left, which which lead to higher marginal product of labor and higher wages. Wages double, so the economic prosperity for for peasant classes, so rise. So the marginal product of land will fall, lower rent. So rent declined by 50% or more. So this reduces the income for the land, for landed classes. So landlord, so lost the income. The income went down in that sense. So you can see that there was kind of trade-off between the so the supply of land and the supply of labor in that sense. This is the end of our chapter 18. Thank you.